Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the DBZ Part 1 stage of the Supreme Magnificent Battle. This has two missions. One is to beat it with a planetary destruction team with 6 planetary destruction units. The other mission is to just beat it. So we'll do just that. The stage itself, I decided, because it's kind of Android Cell Saga orientated, taking on the Z fighters from that time, I thought let's maybe focus in on a tournament participants team. And here we are. So look, I don't think this stage is necessarily as difficult as some of the other Supreme Magnificents. Clearly they are, getting to, how can I say, like, being there. They're probably starting off a bit slow. For this one, you start off against Gohan Kid. He does a 650,000 damage super. He hits for about 260k, and he nullifies ceiling. Nothing crazy here. Then you'll take on the Tech Yajirobe phase. Also about a 550k super. Also with a 220k normal attack. And more super attack, nullification, ceiling. Then he's got Yamcha. We go into Yamcha, where it's up again in super attack damage, 725,000, followed by 290,000 damage super, normal, and then also nullification of ceiling. And then Krillin, also 700k super. He can now stun you on his super, also immune to ceiling. So the first couple phases go by very quickly. They've just laid it. They're very, very low on health. They've just laid it on top of each other. But each phase, with a super strong team, probably takes you one turn, like you're seeing now. These phases are designed to allow you some rotationary breakage buildup, I guess, before you get into potentially the harder part of the fight. But like I said, this Supreme Magnificent Battle is not the hardest. Gohan, Yajirobe, Yamcha, Krillin, I'd say are all relatively the same thing, with very, very, very minor differences. Yajirobe can seal you, Krillin can stun you, but there's nothing crazy. After Krillin, you get into the more interesting section. Here, basically, you have Tien and Chaozu. So Chaozu, a very simple unit to get rid of. You can one-shot him. You probably don't want to. Tien will get a 30% attack buff after Chaozu has been defeated. So if you defeat Chaozu, then Tien will get a big attack buff. It doesn't make him, absolutely insane, but it does make him significantly harder. His super will go from 900k to about 1.2 million, which is a lot harder to handle. Chaozu, on the other hand, doesn't hit hard at all with the 400k super. And he stuns you, but it's not anything too crazy. So personally, you probably want to focus on getting rid of Tien, and then just get rid of Chaozu. Or if you want to one-shot Chaozu because you can one-shot Tien, it's also okay. Tien's not super duper tanky, 30 million health, so it's not like you can't explode him, but it's just one of those things. After Tien and Chaozu, you'll come across Piccolo. Piccolo will disable attack reduction. He's immune to stunning and sealing, so up until now all the bosses have only been immune to sealing. They haven't been immune to stunning as well. And he hits for about 1 million. He raises his defense 1 turn. Does make him relatively tankier. Can be slightly irritating. It's not anything too crazy. Then after Piccolo, we go into Vegeta and Trunks. Vegeta and Trunks are just the same thing as Tien and Chaozu, except instead of having one unit to focus on, both of them are around about the same. They also both hit for about 1 million in terms of their supers, and Vegeta actually can super quite frequently. Both of them, in fact, super quite frequently. They have quite a high rate of supering. They can only do 1 per turn, but both of them are pretty tough. Remember, they're immune to sealing, attack lowering, defense lowering, and stunning now. They both have around, Vegeta has around 30 million health, Trunks has 21, and they do around 1 million damage. The same mechanic that occurred with Chaozu and Tien will occur here. So if you take out Trunks first, Vegeta will get a 30% boost. At this point, it's not boosting his super attack to 1.2, it's boosting his attack to 1.3. It's not the end of the world, but it is, it is more. It is significantly more. And then we come to the final phase, which will be against Super Saiyan Goku. So Super Saiyan Goku, the hardest phase, 40 million health, 1.1 million super, but he can super you twice in a turn. So he's not the hardest hitting unit technically of the stage. That would go to Vegeta if you knock out Trunks. But he has the hardest base super, and he can fire 2 of them in a turn. So that does make things a little bit more challenging, because obviously now your considerations are where could he possibly super next, not just who's going to tank the first super. But at 1.1 million, it's not, it's not insane to deal with. I think it's really relatively quite straightforward. So yeah, for me personally, I would say, give or take, that's probably as much as you need to know. For myself, I went with the tournament participants team. Like I said, I saw Android Cell Saga, felt like running something, I guess, adjacent. Tournament arc to tournament arc. USS is very strong. I've got the int Android 1718 as my lead for a 200% leader skill. I've got a friend, Strength Vegeta, who does a great job, by the way. I have the AGL MUI Goku, fantastic. I've got a Strength UI Goku, also fantastic. Int SSBE Vegeta. I've got int Android 17 for the support. Android 17 Raptor Universe 7, and we've got physical Blue Boys. Most of the times the rotations were quite set. AGL UI Goku and Strength Vegeta. Strength UI Goku and int Vegeta. And then obviously just rotating, the Android 17, 18, the Android 17 Reps Universe 7 unit, etc., etc. So it wasn't anything too wild. It was very straightforward, actually, in terms of operation. I think the team functioned pretty well. There wasn't a phase that struggled with. Like I said, it's not the hardest Supreme Magnificent battle, so you don't have to run a team like this. You'll notice a lot of times I was one turning the stage and everything like that. You don't have to have that happen. But obviously USS is a great team, so if you do have it happen, it's more than fine. Look, you can very easily not item run this as well. There's no need to use an item if you're using a team of this caliber, but I think it's an interesting stage. What I like is they're testing out more of that character defeated other character boost, and I think it creates some very interesting strategic implications. Yes, I could take out Chaozu, but if I do, Tien will get stronger. But if I don't take out Chaozu, he'll stun me and cause me problems. So it's an interesting catch-22 that I think gives players a little bit more to think about. It's the same kind of with Trunks and Vegeta, although in that situation I don't think they gave Trunks enough to make him like an interesting juxtaposition as a threat. Because they were so similar, it just makes sense to get rid of Vegeta first and then Trunks afterwards, because then you don't deal with the increased damage. But yeah, that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you did, and let me know if you need help with anything else. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So, bye.